everyone. I'm Melissa here, and welcome to your Melissa Moment. Hello, everyone. Melissa here. Welcome to your Melissa Moment, and welcome to Momentous Monday. That's right. It's not Make It Monday today. It's still Monday, however. So this week is going to be a little different. Okay, I know usually we have theme days. However, we just had our little bit of a break. We went on vacation for a couple weeks to Las Vegas, Nevada. Absolutely love it there. I had a fantastic time. So this week is going to be Vegas week. I'm going to talk to you about everything we did in Vegas. I know I've had a few people ask me about traveling to the States and things like that. So today is going to be a bit of a talking video. And then the rest of the videos for this week, I am going to be sharing with you all of our amazing purchases that we did while we were in Las Vegas. I have some awesome things that I cannot wait to share with you guys. So yes, we were in Las Vegas for 2 weeks. We typically go to Las Vegas, I would say twice a year is usually what we try to do. About every 6 months, we try to go there. We usually go for at least 2 weeks at a time, if not 3 weeks. This time was 2. And it was just absolutely amazing. When we go to Las Vegas, because we've been so often, we try not to go to the Strip, only because that's where the tourists go. So number one, it's crowded. Number two, it's very expensive because they know all the tourists are on the Strip. So we don't usually go down there that often. If we're going for a show, or we do like to go to one particular hotel and casino, we will make our way down there. We do also drive the Strip a couple times while we're there just to kind of see all the lights and see what's new and exciting. But we do our best to stay off the Strip. So I like to say that we're local tourists because we're still tourists, but we've been there enough times that we know where things are. We know where to go for things. We know prices of things. We know all of that. So I like to say we're local tourists. Traveling. There's been so much, so much stuff in the media, on the news, people sharing their travel experiences with everything that's been going on with President Trump, and some decisions he's made and all of that kind of thing. So I'm going to let you know about our experience. And I want to start by saying my husband and I, our family, we are not overly political in any kind of sense. Okay. We know what's going on. We keep up with things, but we also like to remain open-minded on some things, and we realize that media in general is not always information you should take entirely as what they say, right? So we were not overly concerned with traveling to the United States. We've had a lot of people, we know a lot of Canadians had canceled trips that they had planned, canceled cruises. A lot of people said, we're not stepping foot in the States. They're treating us like this. They're saying these things about us. We're not buying any products that are not Canadian, all that kind of stuff. And that's 100% fine. We feel, my husband and I, everyone has a right to their, thoughts and decisions, and that's fine. We're not here to say what's right, what's wrong. We're just relaying our experience and how we feel. Now, we never once thought about canceling our trip. Our trip had been planned for over a year. The main reason of us going to Las Vegas at this time was my husband wanted to see WrestleMania. It was in Las Vegas, and that was kind of a bucket list item for him. So this trip has been planned for over a year. So it was never something we considered about canceling. And like I said, I know a lot of people, not to diminish anyone else's experiences, because I can only speak on our experience. I've heard other people, say they knew people who had really bad traveling experiences, like, oh my God, they're going through your phone at border security. And if you have anything on there political or, against Trump, they won't let you in the country, or ICE is going to come and take you away to a detention facility. And all of this fear and negative things around traveling to the United States have kind of been floating around. So we weren't really sure what to expect. But like I said, we're not overly political. Do we agree with everything Trump is saying and doing? No. Do we agree with some of the things Trump has said and done? Yeah, probably. Like any kind of politician, right? I've never met or known of a politician that does everything 100% correct all of the time. It's just not really that type of, job. So, we kind of just went like, we're also not stupid. We're not going to go through border security and start beaking off about Trump one way or the other, or America one way or the other. We're going on vacation. We want to enjoy ourselves. We're just going to be respectful human beings to another human being, and we don't really care what their political views are or if they're in line with ours. It doesn't matter to us. You know what I mean? So our travel on the way from Saskatoon to Las Vegas, we were on a direct flight. And on the way home, we had a layover in Calgary, Alberta. So our experience was perfectly fine. We did not have any issues. Zero. Nothing out of the ordinary happened. Like I said, we travel quite a bit. We probably my husband travels more than I do. I probably travel 3 to 4 times a year by plane. My husband probably travels double that by plane. Nothing was different. Our travel did not get disrupted. The only thing that was different, when we got in line at the Saskatoon airport to go to WestJet to get our baggage tags and check our bags, there was a Garda World security officer in the lineup who asked to see our passports, asked where we were going and how long we were going for. We told him Las Vegas, 2 weeks. He did put a sticker on the back of our passport with a date. But that's it. I do know that if you are planning on being in the States for longer than 30 days, you do have to fill out a form and all that kind of stuff. We were only going to be there for 2 weeks, so we didn't have to do that. So we got that sticker on the back of our passports. I don't know the purpose of that sticker. Nobody ever asked to see the sticker. Nobody looked at the sticker that I noticed. So I don't know. We did take with us 6 checked suitcases on the way down. 2 of them had our things in it. 4 of them were empty because we knew we planned on buying things. So we did have empty suitcases in an empty suitcase. We flew, no issues, absolutely none. No issues getting through border security or anything when we got to Vegas. Was perfectly fine. No problem at all. Nobody was hostile. No one was rude. And also, watching other passengers, we also did not see anybody else having any issues either. Nobody that we saw got extra pat downs or taken to an interview room. We didn't see any of that. We didn't hear any commotions. We didn't hear any, anything. It was all very smooth, very peaceful. Probably one of the best travel experiences we've had, even before all of this stuff. It was really great. When we got to our destination in Vegas, we started unpacking our suitcases. There was a card in one of the empty suitcases saying that they checked our bag. But I mean, there was nothing in there. It was empty. So they checked our bag. We had a little card in there for that. Other than that, it was absolutely fine, you guys. Like, we didn't have any problem. So I don't know if just the media is just spinning all of this fear and hate. I don't know. I don't know if there are people having issues, if they're having issues because they are very passionate and strong in their political views and they choose to voice that. I don't know. But we didn't have any problems. Also, one thing that was interesting is we heard in the media that, Americans hate Canadians. Americans don't want Canadians in their country. They want to keep us out. They are going to stop buying and using Canadian products, all that kind of stuff. When we got there, we have friends in our complex that we live in. We have friends there, and we visited with our friends. And what's interesting to us, and not just our friends, but also other people. Vegas, if you've never been, it's a very friendly city. You could be anywhere. Gas station, convenience store, Walmart, Target, in line somewhere. Everyone talks to everyone. Everyone's very friendly. Everyone does small talk and chit chat and all. It's a very friendly place. And, it came up a lot like, oh, we're Canadian. We're from Canada, right? And I wasn't sure. I was like, ooh, should we tell people we're from Canada? Like, we've heard they don't like us, right? Completely opposite of what the media is telling you. Our friends and the people, just random strangers we were talking to when they knew, like, hey, we're from Canada, no problem. They were like, oh, you're from Canada. That's great, blah, blah, blah. Like, no issues, guys, none. What we found interesting was our friends, our American friends, they said, we've heard that Canadians hate America and Canadians hate Americans. And we're like, no. Like, I can't speak for all of Canada, but I can speak for us. We don't. We love Americans. We love America. We have no hatred towards you at all. And we told them, we've heard that you hate us. And they're like, we don't hate Canadians. Like, that's crazy. So the media is definitely spinning things. Definitely. And what's interesting is, I'm very neutral. I don't love Trump. I don't hate Trump. Whatever. Like, I just view him as a politician, like every other politician. I don't like politicians in general, okay? I don't think you can trust anything a politician says. I don't think they always put the best interest of the nation at the forefront. Like, it's politics. It's the way it's always been. It's the way it's always gonna be. But I'm like, no, like, we don't hate, and it's funny because a lot of our friends and stuff in America, they don't like Trump. They're not supporters of Trump, right? And they live in America. So it was interesting to hear their point of view on things and what they've been hearing compared to what we've been hearing as Canadians. So the media is definitely spinning things. So long story short, no issues with traveling, absolutely zero. Traveling on the way back was even less issues, if that could even possibly happen. Like I said, we had a stopover in Calgary on the way back. Nothing, no issues. Like, it was crazy. We didn't even really talk to border security at all. So now when you land in Calgary, usually it used to be they would give you paper declarations on the plane that you would have to fill out. Now everything is through the computer. So when you land in Calgary, you go to a little terminal and you scan your passport and it asks you all the questions, right? Like, how long were you in where you were? Have you spent over this much money? Do you have any alcohol? Do you have any cigarettes? Do you have any firearms? Did you bring fruits and vegetables? Like, those questions. Then once you're done, it prints that paper. Then you take that paper and you go and talk to an actual person. And typically they will ask you again, do you have alcohol? Do you have tobacco? How much money did you spend? All that kind of stuff. They didn't even do that, you guys. They didn't even do that. We got our little paper. We walked to the border security. We handed it to them, fully expecting them to ask us questions. And he just took it and said, thank you, have a good day. That was it. And we walked right through. Absolutely nothing. No extra pat downs, no let me see your phone, no let's go through all your suitcases. Do you have the receipts for everything you purchased? Like, absolutely zero issue. So if you're thinking of flying to America, my experience, you're going to be just fine. No problems. At least for us. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. But yeah, no issues. So that's good. I'm just going to tell you real quick kind of what we did throughout the day. You may find this kind of boring, but I don't know. It's interesting to me. So we arrived in Vegas on a Sunday. Was it Sunday? Yeah, it was Sunday. Was it Saturday? No, Saturday. We got there on Saturday. So basically what we do when we get there, we got in around supper time. So the first thing we like to do is we get there, we get our rental car, because we do rent a car while we're there because we do a lot of driving. Then we go to our condo. We, kind of unpack all of our stuff. We take a inventory of what's in the condo and what we need to buy. So we check and see, like, okay, do we have enough, all the stuff. Toilet paper, dishwasher pods, what's in the fridge, what's in the freezer, what do we got to buy? Do we have shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, toothbrushes, all that stuff. And then once we know what we need, typically we go to like Walmart or Target, or I like to buy a lot of those things at the Dollar Tree, and just go and buy stuff. So we have it, and we get our groceries, because since we have the condo, we try to eat at home for a lot of things, because it can be expensive. But we ended up visiting with our upstairs neighbor for a while, and that kind of put our timeline back. And then we were starving, so we decided to go for supper. So we went to the Cheesecake Factory. Now, I love the Cheesecake Factory. Their menu's extensive. Here's the thing. The prices have gone up, you guys. They have gone up. I didn't pay much attention to the prices in the menu because it wasn't that bad last time we were there. I ordered a couple skinny margaritas. I ordered 2 skinny margaritas. And I had pasta. Our daughter had pasta. My husband had a burger and fries. Daughter got an apple juice. I think my husband got a coffee. He didn't even drink. And my husband got dessert. 1 slice of cheesecake to go. You guys, it was $150 American. My 2 skinny margaritas were almost $40. My daughter's apple juice, it was a big apple juice, like a pint glass, $10 American. That was a bit of a hit. I was like, what? So, and usually when we go, the first meal out, this happens to us. And we're like, oh my God. Like, how is it that much? Now, to be fair, it was a lot of food. Okay? It was a lot of food. We took leftovers home. That fed us for like the next 3 days. So when you break it down over the 3 days, not so bad. But initially, $150 American, you guys. So that was like our first night there. We're like, okay, that's a little much. Now, don't let that scare you, because if you plan ahead and if you know where to go and you use coupons and things, you can always, every place has an app or a card, and you get free like appetizer just for signing up, or free birthday thing. Like, there's so many ways to get things free or to get things discounted. You just need to be willing to put a little bit of time in to do that. Okay, so don't let that scare you. Okay, not everything is super expensive, but that was like our first day. It was like, oh my God. Second day we went, because it was late, we're like, okay, whatever. We won't worry about getting groceries and stuff tonight. We'll do it tomorrow. So the next day we went and got all the groceries and all that kind of stuff. So that was fine. Monday, April 14th, we went to Costco. We like going to Costco there because they have things we don't. Let's be honest. And we like to see what's out there. I did go specifically because I'm on a whole like health journey, and I'm trying to increase my protein intake. So my plan was to go to Costco, buy a case of the Alani strawberry shortcake shakes, protein shakes, and a case of the protein coffee. And that's what I was going to have in the mornings at the condo. Turns out they don't carry those 2 items. They don't carry them, you guys. I don't know if it's because they're from Canada or what. They did not have them. I could not find any Alani shakes at all. I also could not find any protein coffee. I couldn't even find the Bruce that I know they have had there. So I don't know. So that was kind of a bummer. I couldn't get those things, but that's fine. We also went to Walmart. We went to the Dollar Tree. We went to Skechers Outlet Warehouse where we got some shoes. That was exciting. Target. I went to Burlington. Oh my God, you guys. Burlington Coat Factory. I love it so much. If you have never been to a Burlington Coat Factory and you like to shop, let me preface with that. If you like to shop, you need to go to Burlington Coat Factory. Las Vegas, I believe, has 9 locations. I went to every location, some of them more than once. In the 2 weeks we were there, I probably went to Burlington, I'm going to say at least 20 times. I'm not joking, you guys. I absolutely love Burlington. I'm also a self-confessed shopaholic. It is a problem. I am working on it. However, Burlington is my nemesis, and she got me every time. But I did go with a list of things we needed. I did get those things. I feel good about my purchases there. No regrets, no nothing. We're good. So that was basically the Monday. The next day, also, I go to the gym while I'm there. I know some people, when they take vacation, and they're like, yeah, I'm not going to the gym. I'm not eating right. I'm on vacation. That's cool. That's what you want to do. That's great. I need to continue to go to the gym. That's one of the things I need, and that's what I do. So I usually wake up in the mornings around 7. I head to the gym. It's just like 7-minute drive away from our condo. It's just down the street. I go to the gym. I do my workout. And then usually after that, I go over to a Burlington because both my husband and daughter hate Burlington. They're just not shoppers. I go to a Burlington. I'm probably there for at least 2 hours, if not 3, every single time. So I head over to my Burlington. I do my shopping. I'll go grab a coffee. I'll head back to the condo, bring my husband a coffee, have a shower, get ready for the day. That's usually how my mornings work. On Tuesday, I also went to Whole Foods, which is right beside my gym. Again, if you've never been to a Whole Foods, you guys, you got to check it out. I absolutely love Whole Foods. I did not find the prices at Whole Foods that much more expensive than the grocery stores here, to be honest with you. And I was expecting them to be more because it's Whole Foods. It wasn't that bad. So love Whole Foods. I specifically went to Whole Foods because I have been craving mini wheats. Okay? Now, I don't know if you're aware, mini wheats in Canada have gelatin in them. I do not eat gelatin. I can't. Can't do it. But I heard Whole Foods carries gelatin-free mini wheats from their Whole Foods 365 brand. So I specifically went there for those, and I found them, and I ate them. I got a box of the cereal, and you guys, they were so good. They were so good. They tasted just like mini wheats, but without the gelatin. I wish we could get those here, but I have not found them yet. If you guys are aware of any mini wheats without gelatin in Canada or Saskatoon specifically, please let me know, because I really enjoyed them. So that's why I went there. Then I went to Krispy Kreme. You guys, I love Krispy Kreme. It is like my favorite place to go. Love it. Went to Krispy Kreme, got my donuts. Then we did hit the pool after lunch. The temperature down there was around 30. There were a few days it was around 25 and a little windy. So some days the pool was a little chilly, but for the most part it was good. So we did that. We also went to the Sonic Drive-In. Another fast food place we love down there is Sonic. They have the best strawberry lemonade. It's like real fruit strawberries in the lemonade. It's just so good. My husband and daughter also really enjoy their Sonic Blast, which is like a Dairy Queen Blizzard. They absolutely love them. So we went there and had a great time. And then we went to a drive-in movie. We love drive-in movies. Where we live, we do not have one close to us anymore. They all shut down. I think the closest one is like an hour and a half away, and that's just too far of a drive for us. So we like to go to the drive-in movie in Las Vegas, which was awesome. We saw Minecraft. My daughter loved it. And then we found out they were doing the next week a customer appreciation event, which was free and a double feature. So that was exciting. Wednesday, we, what did we do? Again, same routine, wake up, gym, blah, blah, blah. Same thing. We went again to another Skechers outlet, checked it out. We went to Firehouse Subs for lunch. I know we have Firehouse Subs in Saskatoon. I know we do. Let me tell you, and until you've experienced this, you're not going to understand. Firehouse Subs, or any restaurant for that matter, any restaurant, any store, the Canadian version is never as good as the American version. It's just not. I don't know why, but it's not. Target in America is amazing. They tried to bring Target to Canada. It failed. Why? It wasn't as good. Firehouse Subs in America, amazing. Firehouse Subs in Saskatoon, not as good. I don't know why. The menus are also different. In America, they have like soup and chili and lots of different things. As far as I can tell here in Saskatoon, I've been there I think twice. They didn't have soup or anything like that. Just not as good. Also in America, they have the Pepsi free, I think it's Pepsi free machines where you can make your own drink and stuff, like freestyle, I think it's freestyle machines. They have them, I think, at the movie theaters here, but they have them at the Firehouse Subs in America. My daughter loves it, so that's why we went there. It was great. So that was fun. We also took my daughter to Chuck E. Cheese. Now, because we had been to Chuck E. Cheese last time we were there, and we filled out an online thing and put our birth date and stuff in, we ended up getting a whole bunch of coupons and discounts because it was technically my daughter's half birthday. So they sent us 2 coupons for 2 free cotton candies, 2 30 minutes of free play, 500 free tickets, 20% off food. Like they sent us a whole bunch of stuff. So we ended up going to Chuck E. Cheese and she got 30 minutes of free gameplay and free cotton candy and all that, like, for free. It was great. Then we went to Walmart, more shopping, Burlington's, and the pool again. Next day, same routine, wake up, gym, blah, blah, blah. Went to the Dollar Tree, Burlington again, because, you know, and we went to the Neon Sign Museum. Now, we had never been to the Neon Sign Museum. Again, we got a Groupon for it because, let me tell you, it's not cheap. I'm so glad we got the Groupon because I probably would have been disappointed if we paid full price. There are a lot of signs, but it's not that big of an area, if I'm being honest with you. So we were literally, by the time we got there and walked through, we were only in there for like 30 minutes. And then we hit the gift shop on the way out, add like another 15. Like in 45 minutes, we were in and out. If we didn't have a Groupon, I would have been mad. But I'm glad we saw it. One more thing off the list that we did in Vegas. I don't particularly think I will ever need to go back to the Neon Sign Museum, but I am glad I saw it the one time. Next day, same routine, Burlington's again. We hit the Fantastic Swap Meet. It's like an indoor flea market, basically. I specifically went there for Soul Delicious seasoning. I love their seasonings. They're so good. I was looking specifically for a vegetable seasoning and a lemon pepper garlic seasoning. They were sold out of the lemon pepper garlic, but I got my vegetable. So that was great. They do also set up at different farmers markets throughout the week. So I was going to go later in the week to try to find the seasoning I needed at a different farmer's market. Then we went back to Costco because there was a couple things we wanted to get. So we went back to Costco. Also, by the way, the Costco food court in America, amazing. Like, I wish our food court in Canada was better. They had smoothies that were so freaking good. They had iced coffees, so freaking good. You can't get that here. Like, and those are easy things to have. So anyway, just, you guys, I'm sorry. I just feel like everything in America is so much better than Canada. It really is. Like, I'm not trying to be rude or political or anything like that. This is just how I feel. It's just, it's so much better. Saturday, WrestleMania. My husband wanted to go. He had tickets and stuff. WrestleMania. Turns out a friend of his was also going to WrestleMania and had a bunch of tickets to like other things, because like they have the main WrestleMania show, but then they had a lot of like other little shows or other little interviews with some of the wrestlers, or they had other things going on. And this friend of his had some extra tickets and stuff, so they met up for like the next 3 days. Basically, he was gone for WrestleMania and events and whatever. I don't know. He was just gone. He went, he did his thing. So that was fine. So we dropped him off at the stadium. And then our neighbor, who lives upstairs, she's a beautiful soul. She's amazing. And she had suggested that myself and Violet, our daughter, go to the Springs Preserve, which has been on our list for a while, but we didn't make it there last time. So that's what we did. So we spent all day at this Springs Preserve, and it's basically, they've got different like museums and stuff in the area. And they had, because it was also Earth Day, they were celebrating. So my daughter was able to make like some crafts and things like that. They had a bunch of activities for kids. So we did that. We saw some museums. They had a little train ride that took us to like a 1910 boomtown outdoor kind of thing. So we went and saw that. We had lunch there. They had a butterfly conservatory that we got to go and see. It was absolutely beautiful and wonderful, and it was a wonderful day. So we had a great time doing that with our friend. The next day happened to be Easter. So the Easter Bunny did make it to Las Vegas. My daughter was very relieved when she woke up on Easter Sunday, and there was some little clues that the Easter Bunny had left for her to find, a few little gifts and chocolates and stuff. So she was excited about that. My husband was home. He did get home, I think, at like 2 or 3 in the morning to make sure he was there when she woke up for Easter Sunday. So that was special. And then after we had our Easter morning together, again, we took my husband and dropped him off again for day 2 of WrestleMania. So after we dropped him off, my daughter and I went to an indoor theater and we saw Snow White. I'm glad I saw the movie. My daughter loved it. I'm glad I saw it once. Again, don't think I need to see it again, but it was good. So we did that, and then we went to get some food, went home, started going through some of our purchases, trying clothes on and things like that to make sure everything fit and we were happy with them. So that was a pretty quiet Easter Sunday. Also, a lot of places in Las Vegas are closed on Easter Sunday. Normally Vegas, things are open late or 24 hours, but they are what I would consider a very kind of religious kind of thing. Easter's a really big deal there, so a lot of places do close on Easter Sunday. Monday, hit the gym. I had a phone appointment with my doctor here, so we did that. Burlington again, hit the pool again, dropped my husband off around 4 o'clock for more WrestleMania stuff. I took my daughter to Pink Box Donuts. We had seen advertising and stuff. We'd never been to Pink Box. Like I said, I'm a Krispy Kreme girl through and through, but my daughter saw the Pink Box Donuts, and it's a really cool building. It looks like a big donut and stuff. And she was like, oh, I want to go to Pink Box. So I'm like, okay, I'll take you to Pink Box. So we went to Pink Box Donuts. They had so many donuts, you guys. And they did have like vegan donuts and regular donuts and gluten-free donuts. They had like everything. So many different kinds. Like, it was hard to choose. We each got 2. And I let my daughter pick out 2 donuts for my husband for when he got home. They were good. I still am a Krispy Kreme girl. Pink Box did not sway me. However, both my husband and daughter said Pink Box donuts were the best donuts they have ever eaten in their entire life. And they are now full on fans and lifelong customers of Pink Box. I will stick with Krispy Kreme, however. So she was happy with that. Tuesday, April 22nd, we went to the Lions Preserve. We again got a Groupon. We had a full behind the scenes, private, I say private, but we were with a group, but it was a private tour before it opened to the public. So basically in Henderson, which is kind of like the outskirts of Vegas, there is a lion preserve, and they have lions. They also have some other animals as well, and they take you around and they tell you about the lions and all that kind of stuff, and you learn things and that. We took my daughter there when she was, I want to say 3. She's 9 now. She doesn't remember it. But when we went when she was 3, they had a giraffe named Ozzy. And he actually painted. He would put a paintbrush, in his mouth, and he would paint, like, it's like brush strokes and stuff, right? But he painted. And she got to feed him when she was 3, and it was really special. And unfortunately, this past year, there was an accident, and Ozzy passed away. So he wasn't there. I was really hoping that she'd be able to feed him again. But he wasn't there. They did, however, have a lion that paints now. So when we went the first time, we actually got a painting that Ozzy had done. So this time we also picked up a painting that the lion had done. So we kind of have both. But it was still wonderful. They had parrots and tortoises and emus and ostriches. And lions, of course. What's interesting, we learned this time that we didn't know the lions, not all of them, but most of them, are from the same bloodline as the Metro lion from at the beginning of movies. They have the big, like, older movies, the big lion roar. Same bloodline. How cool is that? So that was really neat to learn. We had a great time there at the Lion Preserve. After that, we went for breakfast to a place called the Broken Yoke Restaurant. Highly recommend. It was so freaking good, you guys. I'm a big iced coffee person, so I kind of made it my mission while I was in Vegas to get an iced coffee from all the places I could. And I got one at the Broken Yoke, and it was amazing. I think it was called a messy latte or something like that, iced latte. It was so good. Like, if it was so good. And they also had, I ordered a like an acai sorbet bowl kind of thing. So it had like a sorbet with fresh bananas and strawberries and coconuts and blueberries. And it was just amazing. It was drizzled with maple syrup and almonds. It was so freaking good. It was so good. My husband got like a breakfast sandwich, and my daughter got like scrambled eggs and waffles or pancakes. I can't remember. Amazing. It was so good. Or French toast sticks, I think. So good. Highly recommend the Broken Yoke if you are in Vegas or surrounding area. Very good restaurant. After that, we had booked my daughter in for a haircut. Again, we like to go to a place called Sharky's. It's like, they do adults haircuts too, but it's more for kids. It's one of those kids haircut places where you go in and they have like either the little cars for the little kids to sit in and TVs everywhere. My daughter's a bit older, so they have like Roblox and video games that they can play while they're getting their haircut. We love it because it's very cheap. I want to say we spent like, I don't even know how much it was. It was under $30 US. And they washed her hair, they cut her hair, they blow dried her hair, they styled her hair, they put it in a French braid, they add in cute little clips in her hair. They also give her a manicure, and she gets like a cute little fashion ring and a lollipop and a balloon, all for like under $30. Yes, please. So every time we go to Vegas, we take her for a haircut. She did just get a trim. However, I told her it's her hair. She can do what she wants. She just wanted to trim, so they did just take off the last little bit of her, split ends or whatever. But that was great. Then we went to a store called Jacoby's. Absolutely amazing suit store. We found it a couple years ago. My husband wears suits. He's also a comedian, so he needs a lot of dress shirts and suits and that kind of thing. They have got the suit special. There's different tiers. You can go from like kind of the base suits to like Italian suits, like very high end stuff. But it starts at 3 suits. I think it's 3 suits for like $300. And you basically get full suits, jacket, pants, shirts, ties, and socks. Like crazy. So my husband bought 3 suits last time we were there. We went this time, and he really only wanted to get a couple suits, but I kind of twisted his arm a bit and got him to get a few things. So he ended up getting 2 full suits and kind of a suit jacket, as well as some cufflinks and a tie clip, and then some really fun shirts, which I'll probably be showing you in an upcoming video. So he was very happy about that. Then we went back to Skechers, another Burlington, just got some little souvenir-y things, hit the pool again. We went, after my daughter goes to bed, a lot of times my husband will go out and get us some food. We went to Cane's. If you've never been to Cane's, it is so freaking good. They're basically, it's like a chicken place, but their coleslaw and Texas toast is so good, you guys. So good. So we had that. It was amazing. Also, they have a cane sauce. So good. Dip your toast in it. So good. So good. Next day, again, gym, the whole thing all over again. Burlington, of course. Krispy Kreme has to happen. Also, I went to Einstein Bagels. I've heard of Einstein Bagels, never been. We used to have a place called the Great Canadian Bagel. I absolutely loved it. I used to work in the mall at the time, and they were in the mall. They were so good. But they all closed down. And now I'm like, I don't know where to go for a bagel anymore. So I thought I'd try Einstein Bagels. They were so freaking good. Again, I got an iced coffee there. Very good. Also, I got like a 6 cheese bagel with cream cheese. It was amazing. Highly recommend Einstein Bagels. Then we went to Chuck E. Cheese again because we had more coupons and stuff to use. So again, it cost us nothing to go to Chuck E. Cheese. Then we went to Applebee's for lunch. Love Applebee's. We had a free appetizer and all that kind of stuff. Also, Applebee's, if you didn't know, right now they have alcoholic drinks like they always do, but they have them in buckets. And it was a really good price. So Mama got herself a bucket of like a rum punch. It was so freaking good. Then we went to the farmer's market looking for that spice that I needed. And guess what? Completely sold out. Not happy. But that's fine. Then we hit the pool. Then we went to the Bellagio. The Bellagio is my favorite hotel on the Strip. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love the fountains out front, the conservatory inside. If you've never been, every season they change it, and it's real flowers, and they make the most amazing sculptures. And it was spring, so they had birds and eggs and nests, and it was absolutely gorgeous. It smells amazing in there. They had like a huge like honeycomb hive. Amazing. You really need to see it in person. And then we saw the fountains, of course. We stayed for a few songs on the fountains, which was great. Drove the Strip. Next day, same thing, hit the gym, went to Burlington, went to Dutch Bros Coffee. Absolutely love Dutch Bros iced coffee. So good. Hit the pool. Oh, hang on. Sorry, that's the wrong day. Hang on, wrong day. Or is it? Did we do it twice? No, that was the same thing. Yeah, so we did that. Hit the pool again. Oh, this was good. Thank you, TikTok. There is a place called Uno Poco Crazy. It's in Henderson. It's a little Mexican place. Amazing. They had so many different ice creams and treats and everything. We ended up getting mini pancakes. So they make these little mini pancakes, and then you can choose what sauce you want to put on there, or you can add fresh fruit, and they drizzle. So we got like mini pancakes with strawberries and Nutella. So freaking good. I also got my elote, which is like a Mexican street corn. You could get it on the cob or in a cup. I chose in a cup. Oh my God, it was so freaking good. Both my daughter and I ate way too much and we got tummy aches, but it was so worth it. It was the best. So Uno Poco Crazy in Henderson, Nevada, just outside of Las Vegas. You gotta try it, you guys. It was so freaking good. I also got a agua fresca there. Again, Mexican like water. If you've never had agua fresca, you're missing out. I'm telling you, it was so good. I got the strawberry, so good. Then we went back to the drive-in for that free movie night double feature. We ended up seeing Wild Robot, which we had not seen, and Sonic 3, which is like my daughter's favorite movie right now. We love going to the drive-in. We kind of put blankets and pillows in the back, put the seats down so my daughter can make a little nest back there. She ended up falling asleep before the last of the second movie. But we did it up. We got popcorn and churros, and they had some like characters because they were showing other movies. So they had people dressed up as Beetlejuice because they were showing the Beetlejuice movie, and they had Elphaba and Galinda was there because they were showing the Wicked movie. We got our picture taken with them, which was really fun. It was a really great time. So that was nice. And then the next day I went to Pete's Coffee, which again, so freaking good. They have a horchata iced latte with like oat milk. Love it. Then we went back to the Fantastic Swap Meet because I thought maybe they might have that lemon pepper garlic seasoning that I had been looking for. Turns out they did. They had one container left, and I got it. I was very happy. It was a great freaking day, you guys. So that was good. Then we went to a store for my daughter called Puppies for Less. We had been driving around, and we saw someone with a sign, Puppies for Less. We're like, what is that? So we went there, and pros and cons. Again, I'm not in this to debate anything. I have my own views, but this is what the store was. It was a store that sold puppies. These puppies did come from registered breeders. I know a lot of people. I get it. Trust me. We've rescued dogs before, so don't come at me in the comments. But it was basically just for my daughter to see puppies because she's puppy obsessed right now. But one thing that I thought was the cutest thing ever is they did not have these puppies in cages or kennels. They had these puppies in baby cribs. It was the cutest thing ever. They had the baby cribs, and they had like the acrylic on the inside so they couldn't hurt themselves on the bars. You guys, it was so freaking cute. Like, it was so cute. They had probably 25 different puppies, all around the age of 2 to 3 months. So cute. So we did that. My daughter was in heaven. Then we took my daughter to an indoor playground. And while her and my husband were there, I went to a Burlington that was down the street. Then again, we did lunch, Cane's/Sonic. We did Pink Box Donuts again. Hit the pool again. Went home for supper. And then that night we went to the Rio Hotel and Casino. We had never been to the Rio before. And they were showing, it was called at the Wow Theater, Wow Vegas Experience. And it was like a variety show with acrobats and jugglers and roller skaters and people on like the silks and like so many different things. They had a woman there with a crossbow who did, like, she was on America's Got Talent at one point. Amazing show, so good. Again, we got a discount on the tickets. So we got the cheap seats. When we got there, my husband got them to upgrade us to more expensive seats for free, which was great. Also, I went to Krispy Kreme on the last day. I just got 2 donuts, and he didn't charge me for them. He said, "You're good. It's on me. Have a great day." So I got free Krispy Kremes. We went to Cane's. Also, didn't charge us. Have a great day. We got free Cane's. My husband also lucked out. While he was at the WrestleMania thing, he ended up, there was like some flower planters and things, and he was just kind of waiting there. And, oh, look at that. There's something in the dirt. Oh, look at that. It's money. That's right. My husband found $500 US in a planter. Just sitting there. Why was it there? We don't know. Was someone leaving it there to get something in exchange for it? It's possible. But he took it and left. And that was great. So Vegas, things happen. All in all, we got a lot of things for free. We got a lot of discounts. We had a fantastic time. We found some money. It was all great. So yeah, definitely though, check out those 2 restaurants that I mentioned if you are going. It was a great time. Absolutely love it. I do want to share with you guys all the things we bought. Because like I said, we went down with 6 suitcases. 2 of them were full on the way down, 4 were empty, and when we came back, all 6 were full. So I have 4 suitcases full of purchases to share with you. Some of them you're going to look at and be like, why did you buy that there, and how did you get that home? You know what? We don't ask questions. This is a judgment-free zone. But if you want to see what we bought in Vegas, make sure you continue to watch this week, because this week it's going to be all Vegas. I'm pretty sure we have enough for the whole week, but we may only get till Thursday. I don't know. But we are going to be starting tomorrow showing you our purchases. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. As always, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.